it's Vanessa, the Crafty Gemini, and in this video I want to share with you an unboxing of the JUKI HZL LB5020 Computerized sewing machine. I've been using mine recently in my WIP Wednesday live events, and I want to show you what comes in the box. As you can see, when we open the box, you're going to have some registration paperwork, a DVD, and then, of course, your manual of instructions. Just go ahead and slip all this stuff out. Right here, you'll see this little bag with different accessories, and we'll get into that shortly. Now I'm going to reach in here, pull out the power cord. Anything else that's loose? Nope. So let's go ahead and turn this on its side so we can pull the sewing machine out carefully. All right, so in this bag, we have a hard cover that comes for the machine. So we'll set that aside. All right. So here we have the JUKI HZL LB5020, which, as you can see, usually when you see a screen like this, you already know it's a computerized machine. So I'm going to take this out, and this is where our foot pedal is. I'm going to go ahead and take my foot pedal and the power cord out of their bags. Then I'm going to lay out all the accessories, and we'll go over what exactly is included. All right, so to plug up your machine, you'll see that the power cord is separate from the foot pedal, and they each have a different connectors on this end. So if we grab the sewing machine and turn it so that we can see the hand wheel side here, you will find two different spots here where you're going to be plugging up these cords. So if we look at the power cord itself, you'll see that one side is square and one side is round. Make sure that you pay attention to right here where these double prongs are, that you insert square side to square side and round to round. So for me, it's going to go like that. The square side is to the left, and make sure that you push it in all the way, because oftentimes people think something is wrong and it's just because it's a little bit stiff. You want to make sure that you push it in all the way till it won't go anymore. Then the foot pedal itself is just going to plug up directly above, and this one, again, there it feels like it's in, but I know that I need to push it all the way in to make sure it's inserted correctly. Then take the power cord end and go ahead and insert it into your power source, and let's turn it on. The power switch itself is on this side, on the same side that we just plugged everything up. It's right here. We're going to switch it up to on, and I'm just going to double check and make sure everything turns on. The screen is on, the light is on. Great, so we know that we're in business there. Go ahead and shut it off, and let's continue the setup here. So right here I have a little piece of foam. Just slide it off to the left. I'm going to reach back here and lift my presser foot up so I can get rid of this little sheet of paper. The presser foot is the foot that's on the machine. We want to lift it up because you can see I can't really grab this paper from it, okay? So to do that, I reach in through here, but it's kind of tricky to see. So let's flip this over. This black lever here, when we lift it, the presser foot comes up, and you can see that now I can just slide the paper. Okay, so if you keep an eye on the foot here, if I bring this down, let me try not to block it, the foot comes down, and if I bring this up, the foot comes up. We'll get a better shot of that in a second, but just so you know, this is where your presser foot lever is. So up is up and down is down. Now I've set the machine aside. Let's go ahead and pour out the contents of our little accessory bag, and let's review what we have here. All right, so let's go over these bigger round ones first. This is a spool stand. This is a spool cap for smaller spools of thread, and then you should have also a larger spool cap like this, but on my machine it already came on the machine. Let me show you. So for me, it's already on here. It's on the thread spool, and it already came on here. So we have this large one for bigger spools, the smaller one for smaller spools, okay? All right, so here we have a little piece of felt that you can put underneath your thread spools. This, if you pull off the top, you can see it's a seam ripper, and so this is just a protective cap on it. Then you have an additional spool pin. So just as I showed you that there's one already on the machine for you to load up your thread, you can also install another one. This comes in handy if you're working with a project that you need to use twin needles, and that way you'll need 2 spools of thread being fed through the needle at once. So this would be your second one that you can install in the machine. Came with 3 empty bobbins, which we need for sure. Remember, when we sew, we need thread on top, and then we also need thread on the bottom, and that's where the bobbins come in. Here we have a little lint brush with a little tool on the other end that you can use for turning out points and just, you know, helping you to get little things out here and there when you're sewing. So it's just a handy little tool to have. You have a pack of needles right here. And then a little flathead screwdriver, which comes in very handy for taking the ankle off of the presser foot of the machine, or also reinstalling and changing out your sewing machine needles in case you break one, or if you're working on a project that takes a different size or type of sewing machine needle. Now let's go over the presser feet that came with this machine. All right, so in the accessory pack, we had 4 presser feet. They're labeled in here, C, E, this is F, and this is G. However, there are 2 more feet also on the machine. So there's one on it right now, and then there's one inside the accessory bin here. So we have these 4. The 5th one here, there's a little black tab that if I press it in forward like this, it's going to drop the foot. These are just clip-on feet. So if I remove this one, this is your basic, what I call the universal foot or your zigzag foot. It's labeled A, and that already comes set on the machine. Okay, so there we have 5. And then the 6th one is going to be in here when you open up this little accessory pack. And notice, to take it off, I'm literally just pushing it over to the left. So when you take it off, in here, there's a compartment. So just slide that out. And this is your buttonhole foot. So these are the 6 feet that come with the JUKI LB5020. Now, what do they do? Well, this is A. And this is going to be the foot you have on your machine. I would say maybe 95% or even 99% of the time. You can do straight stitch and zigzag stitch and any of the decorative stitches with this foot. Okay, this is what comes on the machine. Then the next one is called an over edge foot. Okay, the next one here, which is foot E, is your zipper foot, which of course is to install zippers. Then we have the satin stitch foot. It's clear, it has an opening in the center there, and it really allows you to see what you're doing when you're working on any of the decorative stitches or satin stitches, like thick and heavy thread buildup type of stitches. So that's that. And then G here is your blind hem foot. Okay, then we also have, this is what they call foot R. This is the automatic buttonhole foot, like I said, to do buttonholes. So 6 different feet that you can use. This is going to be enough for you to be able to learn on this machine and absolutely grow, because you'll be able to install zippers to make bags or jackets or anything like that, and then also buttonholes. So everything you pretty much need here to get started is included. Now I'm going to grab the A foot and bring it here. There's a little bar right here, and there's a cutout notch on the ankle. But I just place it under, bring the presser foot down onto it, it clamps on, and now when I lift the presser foot up, you can see that the foot is already attached and it won't come off. So we're good with that. I'm going to set this back in here, but I actually like to put all my accessories in the same bag, and then if you can, stuff the bag in the little compartment here. And to reattach the little accessory pack here, you're just going to make sure that the opening is going in towards the machine. You're going to start over to the left of this bar here. Just press it up against the machine and carefully slide it in, and it should lock right in place. All right, so there you have it, an overview of what you get in the box with the JUKI LB5020. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to click the subscribe button, because in the next video, I will be sharing with you how to thread the machine and wind a bobbin, and I've also put together another video where I share my complete review of this sewing machine. Thanks for watching the video. Leave me a comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.